Hey, what's up, guys? Samurai am, and welcome to another episode of Maxing with Math. Just a quick background. I'm sorry I've been extremely non-existent on the channel and not putting out videos. And to be completely honest, I got extremely burnt out because of my last video. And barely played for probably like 3 or 4 days. And that's kind of why I didn't upload anything last weekend, just because I had zero motivation to play the game, so I had zero motivation to actually want to make a video. And I'm sorry about that, but I've been slowly easing myself back into it. I've been skilling for the last like 2 days. I did go back to mole though. I'm at about 2100 mole KC right now, and I'll be going back soon enough after I finish some little scaling goals that I want to do. But anyways, let's get into the video. When we talk about EHP, the EHP for crafting. Oh, I never actually said what today's video was. Today's video is crafting, as you could see by the title. EHP of crafting is going to be pretty much leather items. I think it says 40k per hour at these levels, and then you go up from water, earth, fire, all the way up to air, and then you do air battle staves all the way up to black dragon hide bodies. GP per XP, as you can see. Um, it's fairly average compared to crafting, but then black T-hide bodies actually are kind of cheap right now at 11.4. They're usually around like 12 to 13. I'm not saying that that's good, but that's just how it is for getting EHP rates. Anyways, let's move on to the first secondary method. It's going to be actually this, what I have here. So doing any sort of jewelry is actually usually it's fairly small loss. So I just did the best ones you can do. We have ruby amulets, diamond amulets. They used to be about 0 GP per XP and were pretty much free or sometimes profiting, but I think more people have been picking it up. So it's a lot less what it used to be. But looking at the hours, so the hours of the last method was 40 and the loss was 141 mil. This one right here is going to be 88 hours, and it's going to be only a 17.6 mil loss. And so if you can't make over 2.5, let's just say 2.6 mil, if you can't make over that, then go with this method. If not, go with the previous method. One thing that is a bit hard about this one is that it's not as AFK as other methods, such as the previous ones or the future ones I'll be talking about here in just a moment, because you can only do 13 amulets or 13 bracelets at a time whenever you run to the Edgeville furnace, and that's where I suggest you doing this, because that's going to be one of the best furnaces you can do this at. So you can only make 13 per, and so every 13 things you have to run back to the bank, and then you have to run back to the furnace. So it's really not that AFK. I did do this for a few levels because I just wanted to test it out, see what sort of rates you could get, and in my opinion, it's not very fun just because of how AFK it is, but also how not AFK it is. And that's why I don't really like Motherlode Mine personally, just because of how random it can be, although this isn't really very random. Anyways, let's go on to the next method. This is going to be the method that most people do to 99 crafting, and that's going to be doing Molten Glass, doing Unpowered Orbs at the earliest level up to 87, and then doing Light Orbs to 87 to 99. So I actually did do this method instead of the other one because I was doing some double astrals on another account at the same time, and a double astral lap is almost identical to a full inventory of Molten Glass, which actually makes it perfect. So throughout this, because I did from 87 to 99, I actually profited. I pretty much profited since I was doing double astrals, like not the entire time, but a majority of it. So there we go. It's 100 here. It's 116 hours, and then the loss is 35 mil. So if you can't make 1.4 mil per hour, go ahead and do the first method. If not, do this. But a lot of people do this just because it is, even though it is the less GP per hour compared to the other one, you aren't it's going to be a lot more AFK pretty much compared to the other one, even though the other one should be a method you should be doing. And then last but not least, as you can see in the background, this is pretty much the Cannonball method of crafting. A lot of free-to-play players, this is what a lot of people suggest free-to-play players to do. For their first spawn, about 3 mil, you're making about 150k per hour, which is 20 hours of work, which is like, it's not good. But it's a good way to get your first spawn if you're free to play. Plus, it's only 8 crafting requirement to actually do this. So, but as you can see, the GP per hour, if you can't make 640 mil per hour, sort of thing. So it's like it's not really worth it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, you do profit, but it's not worth it. Just like Cannonballs, it's maybe something for an alt if you wanted to, but even then, do Cannonballs for like the same amount of profit and for more AFK. So like, if you're gonna do something similar, just do Cannonballs for an alt. Anyways, here are the prices, just like I always add at the end of the video. Everything there should be correct. Some of them I did manually, some of them I just pulled off the efficiency site, because the efficiency site is usually not always correct. Numbers are usually a bit off there, but I say that a lot. Anyways, so this is pretty much it. TLDW, if you can't make over 2.6 mil, do the gold amulets, not gold amulets, jewelry, the best jewelry amulets you can make. If not, go with EH, or if you can make over that, go with EHP. If you can't make over 2.6 mil, go with diamond amulets. You can always do Molten Glass, although Molten Glass is not going to be as good for you time-wise, but you are going to be more AFK if you are alting, which could be useful. And then just don't do gold amulet use. Anyways, that's all I got for the video today. Again, now that I'm not completely burnt out and tired as hell from work and all sorts of IRL things, I'll hopefully be pushing out another video by the end of the week just to try to make up for you guys. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video.